Hello and welcome to the 2023 Power Pros World Koshien Pool Placement Lottery. I'm your host Frisk, and with me we have 13 directors who have been grinding to build 13 of the very best schools into powerhouses in preparation for this intense short form season and single elimination bracket. Now, as all the coaches gather here at the tournament headquarters in Osaka, just outside of Universal Studios Japan, where from atop of this ocean-lined skyscrapers, they can see the Koshien Stadium off in the distance. Today marks a major moment that could be the difference between a number 1 or a number 10 seed in the Power Pros World Koshien bracket. Each director will be called up in order of training efficiency to choose a placement card on this table and set their team's fate, determining which of the 3 pools they will play in. There will be 3 pools. Pool A and Pool B will have 4 teams, while Pool C will have 5. Each pool will play their opponents 1 time each, but pools A and B will play 1 extra game against another person at random in their pool. These matchups will be drawn after these pools are selected and the schedules are released and shared with all of you. Before we call up the first director to make their pick, we need to go back to what I mentioned earlier, training efficiency. As you know, each director had 3 seasons to recruit, train, and compete in their prefecture to build the most powerful team that they could. And at the end of the final season, they prepared their team for this competition. Throughout those seasons, we kept track of player growth from training, as well as their stats competing across dozens of games. I am incredibly impressed with the skills showcased by each director, as there are some next level players that will competing in this year's Koshien tournament. Now we are moments away from the first pick, so let's take a look at the official lottery order. I just got word that we are ready to start picking. We'll see Director Compass now preparing to make their pick. Compass, of course, coasts his Sport exporters to a roller coaster ride of wins and losses. Compass made the decision to run with his first initial recruiting class, which was admirable. That did affect how competitive his team would be in this tournament, though. His 6 initial recruits grew 1,020 stars for an average of 170 per player. But if Compass can land a favorable pool, he could get the edge because he is a fierce PvP competitor, and I expect him to shock some teams despite the skill level of his players. All right, here comes the pick. Compass turns over the card. It is card 6, Pool B. Starting pitcher Willard at 313 stars will often get the starting nod. Throughout the season, he had a 4.18 ERA, but expect him to pitch much better in the PvP portion of this competition. Hitting-wise, Doan, Ware, and Griggs have a lot sitting on their shoulders, facing some really tough pitching in this tournament. Each sit in the 200-star level, only mustering 7 home runs collectively throughout the training arc. Expect the Sport exporters to live and die by the small ball and Willard's ability on the mound. On to the next pick, Big Sid and Saito High. Now, Big Sid was a new director to Niken 9 and was met with some challenges throughout the training arc. And then he showed some signs of frustration, but he was able to generate 1,031 star improvements for his 6 initial recruits, averaging 172 per player. Now, while on the lower end for the competition, he did do very well in his first time going up against some veteran directors here in the Power Pros World Koshien. He's ready, he's settled. Here comes the pick. He'll take lucky card number 7 and lands in Pool C. Sid will find himself in the largest pool, which increases his chances of running into a top tier team. Standout player for Saito is 29th ranked player Koyano, entering the tournament at 386 stars. He hit an incredible 455 in all competitions with 3 home runs and 11 RBIs. Saito may have to look at continuing their rally style of pitching though, with both Chilling and Edge sitting in the high 200 star levels. They had a 5.32 and a 5.94 ERA respectively, so it'll be very important for Sato's bats to show up. I got a chance to catch up with Big Sid, and here is what he had to say.
So my chances that I feel of how I'm going to do in the tournament aren't that high. I know it was my first time playing Icon 9, and so I didn't think it was going to be that difficult, but it was a lot more than what I thought of. When it comes to training players, decision making during games, decisions in terms of what's the right training regimen for each player, and all that other stuff. definitely could have done more research and more into Icon 9, like actually watching your Icon 9 101 video. But either way, this is the team that I have. This is the team that I put a couple of hours in, a lot of patching into it, and let's just hope for the best and see how far I can go with this team, and hope that we can actually win a couple games.
Moving on to the third pick in the lottery goes to Lancer and his famed Bishop Sycamore High School. Once a controversial football team in the United States has made its way to Japan. In the training arc, Director Lancer was able to build his recruits to more than 1,299 stars, averaging about 217 per player. There was a very minor separation between Lancer and the next two teams ahead of Bishop Sycamore. We turn our attention to Lancer. He is now ready to make his selection, and he takes card number 3, which puts Bishop Sycamore into Pool C. Wow, back-to-back Pool C picks. This will favor both Sado and Bishop Sycamore as they have comparable talent for their teams. Should be a good matchup there. Now, thinking about what Lancer has to do to be successful in this tournament is to rely on the 18th ranked player in the competition, pitcher Haslam, coming in at 505 stars. He also has a strong backup in Peters at 254 stars. Haslam was able to be one of the more effective pitchers on a 2.32 ERA, while the 35th ranked player Gunnarsson and 53rd ranked Porter hit very well in the field, batting 353 and 420 respectively. A lot will be riding on this core of 3 to get Bishop Sycamore deep into the games. Now I've got Lancer here on the line with some comments about Bishop Sycamore's chances. Let's tune in.
All right, I'm not even gonna lie. When I joined this tournament and started training my team, I felt like I had a good enough confidence in the squad, thinking that they were going to go pretty far. Not even gonna lie, I feel like I'm kind of I feel like I'm not gonna win anything because everybody else feels like they won Koshien during their training, and I only won a mere autumn national. And have you seen Kang's team? We're all f***ed. We're all gonna lose. We're just done. Game over, man.
Wow, shout out to our bleeping team there. I guess let's get back to the picks. Taking a look in the room, it looks like Emmy Kanegi is ready to make the pick. Not sure where Dish is, but we're told that Kanegi insists on choosing her destiny here. But first, let's take a minute to talk about the Kanegis. If you tuned into the Oops All Kanegis training arc, you would have seen high levels of hijinks and frustration from DishNet 34's team. And when the chips seemed down, the team would rally to win a Summer Koshien and their final run. That victory would secure a 1,331 star boost for the Kanegi lineup, averaging plus 222 per player. But let's not think about how this team would look without those series of victories. It seems Emmy is getting impatient and ready to hastily make a pick, so let's see what card she grabs. And it's 10. She draws card 10, which will put her in Pool B. So now alongside the Brazosport exporters, Oops All Kanegis will compete. Yet another potentially favorable draw as there are now only 2 open spots in Pool B. I bet they're hoping that those slots get eaten up here really quickly in the next few picks. For Oops All Kanegis, it will be the 17th ranked Kanegi 3 on the mound, who performed tremendously in all competitions with a 2.11 ERA. She also obtained Iron Ball, and will hope that keeps the ball in the yard. Supporting her will be 2 players above the 300 mark in Kanegi 4 and Kanegi 5 who hit 330 and 270 in all competitions. Now before the drawing, we were able to get a few words from Dish. Here's how he thinks the Kanegi clowns will do.
How do I think the team will perform? Well, I feel it's going to be kind of rough, given that, we don't have the talent that a lot of the other teams do, just based on star rating and everything, but I'm going to have to channel my skills from the eBaseball Power League and, try to take advantage of those skills to try to eke out some victories. It's going to be tough, but I feel we can win a few games here and there.
You're damn right you will!
Wait, Kanegi Jr., how the hell did you get it?
You're gonna win this whole thing! I'm gonna give you a bunk on the head!
Well, what if I don't want... Ow!
That's for doubting my resolve! Go win this thing!
Never a dull day with the Kanegis. Let's hope Dish can corral this team in for pool play. Now up to make their pick, Director Serena Red with Black Maiden Academy. BMA had one of the best recruiting classes to enter the training arc, but I heard did have some struggles in winning competitions despite having this insane talent. Regardless, Serena was able to bring in an additional 1,337 stars to her squad, averaging plus 223 per player. She is now ready to pick. Let's see what she grabs. It will be card number 11, and BMA find themselves in Pool C. That will throw her into a comparable team competition with Bishop Sycamore and Sato, with only 2 spots left in that pool. Looking at her team, she has the 4th best in the tournament standing on the mound. Two-way player, Leon Kennedy, coming in at an amazing 821 stars. Leon had a 2.79 ERA in all competitions, but was a standout at the plate, hitting .444 with 9 home runs and 20 RBIs. He is a true superstar. We have a lot riding on his shoulders. Behind him, the 24th ranked Valeria Bond, who hit .337 with 4 home runs and 5 RBIs. These two will be the key leaders of the team, but will be supported by 44th ranked Wilbur Simons and 47th ranked Derek Howell. With such a powerful pitcher on the mound, I expect Black Maiden to end in high placement. We now have 8 picks left, and next up on the clock, Kappa Academy, led by director MC Scales. Kappa Academy was the last team to submit, so flew a little under the radar. But once you take a look at the team, you realize they fared very well, earning more than 1,470 stars for their team and an average 245 per player. Alongside MC Scales' solid competitive play, they will be a tough team to beat. Looks like they are now ready to pick. It will be card number 4, which lands them into Pool A. This is officially the first lottery selection for Pool A. Lots of possibilities for this pool in Kappa Academy. Kappa Academy fields a dynamic trio of their number 14th, 19th, and 25th ranked players in pitcher Akane at 582 stars, pitcher third baseman Takeshi at 501 stars, and outfielder Kito at 444. The crew dominated in the training arc with Akane holding a 2.14 ERA. Takeshi converted from pitcher to infielder and hit .413 with 3 home runs and 22 RBIs. And lastly, Kito hit .406 with 0 home runs and 8 RBIs and 10 stolen bases. Director MC Scales has put together a really solid balanced team that is sure to compete in Pool A.
This is Coach MC Scales of Kappa Academy here. If I were to say one thing about my team, it's that these kids have heart. They've been beat down multiple times, but came back stronger and broke through every wall that blocked their path the year prior. These kids are looking to prove themselves against the best there is here in this tourney. I'll let you know that they're ready to go all the way and take the championship back to Kyoto.
Next up, the Hashimoto Academy, led by director Execution, an Icon 9 veteran and a mastermind who is relying on his coaching skills to win in the end. Pouring in an impressive 1,476 stars to his team, averaging plus 246 per player. Edge focused less on the one-year recruits and was able to bring in some solid second and first years that find themselves on the starting roster. Hashimoto is ready to pick, so let's just listen in. The card 12, it reads Pool A. So once again, back-to-back picks, and Hashimoto Academy will find themselves claiming the second spot in Pool A alongside Kappa Academy. Hashimoto will field the 5th best player in the competition, pitcher Nishihara, coming in at a whopping 767 stars. He held a 2.42 ERA while also hitting .402 with 4 home runs and 21 RBIs. Nishihara is one of the best two-way players there is and will be a key to success for Edge. Outfield and shortstop Sagiska will also play a key role at 343 stars, who hit 300 with 1 home run and 26 RBIs and 1 stolen base. Edge has said his PvP skills need some work, but with Nishihara, all I think he needs to do is pitch very well. With the next pick, Matt and the ASU Sun Devils. A bit of a surprise team. We knew Matt had recruited an impressive set of talent, but we were unsure of how well they would train. After looking at the final roster, we've learned that he's raised some goons. More than 1,872 stars to average plus 312 per player. This is the work of ASU, making Matt a favorite now in the competition. It's their turn to pick, so let's see where they land. They choose the first card, card 1, which will put them in Pool A. That is a first for this lottery. Back-to-back-to-back pool selections. Pool A is almost settled. The ASU Sun Devils will compete with the Hashimoto Academy and Kappa Academy, most importantly securing the rivalry between him and MC Scales to live on. When asked about his team, Matt said he only had 2 good players, 6th ranked pitcher Paul at 757 stars, and 15th ranked first baseman catcher Skeens at 587 stars. I'm sure you get where the name comes from, Paul and Skeens. These two are actual beasts. Paul had a 2.87 ERA, hitting .275 with 5 home runs and 23 RBIs, while Skeens hit .405 with 17 home runs and 53 RBIs. Those stats make Skeens one of the top 3 best hitters in the competitions. But don't slouch on the rest of Matt's team. Quinn, Dylan, and Kyle all sit above 300 stars and will be vital to his lineup. I expect Matt to do very well in the Power Pros World Koshien. Moving on to the 9th pick, director Zumi Kaku and Versus High. Zumi is another seasoned Icon 9 director, and we knew he would build a solid team. He is one of the 5 who was able to generate more than 2,000 stars with exactly 2,049 for an average of plus 342 per player. Versus will be a force in whatever pool they land. Now they are about to choose their card. Let's see what they take. It will be card 13, putting them in Pool C. Versus will join Bishop Sycamore, Sado, and Black Maiden Academy, leaving just 1 spot left in that pool. The pool is really going to have to watch out for pitcher Phoenix, who has taken the 7th best player spot with 722 stars. His 1.87 ERA performance on the mound, alongside a 3.31 batting average with 4 home runs and 25 RBIs, has to be one of the best single-season performances of any player in the tournament. With him, the best shortstop in the competition, number 16th, ranked 0 at 586 stars, 0 hit, 383 with 17 home runs, 54 RBIs, and 9 stolen bases, making him one of the best hitters in the entire competition. But that's not all. Every other recruit achieved a final star rating of above 300. Versus High is a scary team, ladies and gentlemen. Moving towards the table to make their pick, Penguin Pouch on behalf of Samia High. Penguin is a new director in Icon 9, but was able to pull off one of the best beginner miracle stories of our time, bringing his team to many victories and earning 2,088 star points for his team, averaging more than 348 for each player. This training performance, along with his game time performances, will take him a long way in this tournament. He reaches for a card. It's card number 2, Pool C. And that wraps up Pool C. It is now decided. Samia High will join Versus High, Bishop Sycamore, Sado, and Black Maiden Academy. I tell you, this pool better watch out. Samia High is now the clear front runner with the 8th, 10th, and 12th ranked players leading the charge. Pitcher Hashimoto comes in at 719 stars after having an incredible training arc. His 1.84 ERA on the mound and 2.23 batting average with 1 home run and 17 RBIs helped them win a whole lot of games. Third baseman Taniguchi at 667 stars hit 363 with 10 home runs, 50 RBIs, and 14 stolen bases, while second baseman Igarashi at 614 stars hit 340 with 8 home runs, 25 RBIs, and get this, 35 stolen bases. Igarashi, the stolen bases leader, caps up one of the speediest teams in the tournament. Catchers in Pool C may have some problems with this team. Now we only have 3 picks left. And next up is director I Pump Plastic with Cash Money High. A famed school veteran director, winner of the last Power Pros World Koshien, Cash Money pulled in an impressive class, making him the front-running favorite. After an impressive training arc where he added 2,099 stars to his team, plus 350 on average per player, he just might be destined to win. His pick is now up. Let's see what his path will be, easy or difficult. He reaches and selects the most left card. I repeat, the most left card remaining, card 5, putting Cash Money High into Pool B. Pool B is now at 3 spots filled, with Cash Money High joining Brazos Sport Exporters and Oops All Kanegis. This will likely be a problem for Brazos Sport and the Kanegis, as their final spot will have to go to either Tenmei or Valley High, as well as Cash Money. Cash Money claims a number 2 player in the competition and pitcher outfielder Silver. He steps into the game with 889 stars and an incredible all-around player. His 1.82 ERA and 3.90 batting average with 9 home runs, 35 RBIs, and 5 stolen bases led Cash Money to countless victories. With him, 400-star players. First outfielder Buck, that is the 21st ranked player at 461 stars. The number 26 first baseman Wage at 423 stars. The number 26 player in Fund at 413 stars. Not only does Cash Money have one of the best pitchers, but probably the best overall roster. They're going to be tough to beat in Pool B.
Pitching is just going to dominate this league. You can look at the stats. All these pitchers, crazy. All these hitters, trash. So I hope you're ready for a lot of 0-0 games going into extras. And then, once these ace pitchers get pulled after 9 innings, you'll see some offense. Hopefully Cash Money can take advantage, score some runs, earn some more cash. Yes, sir.
Now only 2 spots left, and there's only going to be one more pick. Coming to the table, Olympian Kanegis, who's representing Samia High. Samia surprised us all with the best overall recruiting class, but then again, by having the best training arc in the entire competition. Samia gained a whopping 2,528 stars, averaging more than 421 per player. Along with Kanegis' skill on the sticks, this makes him now the clear favorite to win it all. It is now time to see which pool has to deal with this true powerhouse. He reaches, picks up a card, and it is card 9, Pool A. That rounds out what will be the death pool featuring Kappa Academy, Hashimoto Academy, and the ASU Sun Devils. That means Valley High will join Pool B. More on that in a bit. But first, let's talk briefly about Samia. The number 1 overall player in the entire competition, pitcher outfielder Takahara, takes a mound with an impressive mind-bending 999 star rating. In the training arc, his 1.94 ERA and 3.72 batting average with 18 home runs and 65 RBIs put him in the top 3 in each category. Receiving his pitches, the number 9 player, catcher Tagusa, at 711 stars. This fine battery will be tough to beat, as Tagusa also hit 345 with 3 home runs, 30 RBIs, and 6 stolen bases. I could go on and about every player in this team's. It seems that every player, every starter, is more than plus 400 star caliber. It's almost a shoo-in at this point for Kanegis to win the competition. It will be his Koshien to lose. Last but not least, Valley High. They get the final card, card 8, which sends them into Pool B with Cash Money, the Brazil Sport Exporters, and Oops All Kanegis. This will be no easy pool, as everyone in the pool is talented on the sticks. It's most likely going to come down to the pitchers. Valley High was able to bring in 2,002 stars for their recruits for an average of plus 334 per player, and this team was led by the number 3 best player in the competition, pitcher outfielder Diego Ramos, who has a fresh Koshien win under his belt at 841 stars. Diego was also the player who gained the most stars in the entire training arc above all teams with 633. He will be supported by Triple Crown winner Brock Lockwood, who ended up having the best batting average at 508, the most home runs with 21, and the most RBIs with 66 amongst all players. As the 11th best player in the competition, it will be up to Brock to anchor the defense and protect Diego. Now all the pools are set. Take a look at all 3. Here shortly, PvP competition will commence, but first we have to find out who will play each other twice in Pool A and Pool B. And what better way to do it than we'll decide. And with that, the schedules are set. This is going to be an exciting competition. I'd love to hear your predictions on how each pool will go in the comments. And if you want to watch every single game of the entire pool and bracket play, stay tuned right here. They'll be uploaded and we'll be doing some commentary over them. Thanks for tuning in. Until the next one, we'll see ya. Peace.